Yo, what's up, everybody? I just wanted to take 2 seconds to talk about 2K and why I think that they should change their model from the year over year having to buy a new game into more of a free to play slash MMO style type of game. I won't try to talk your head off too long. I'm gonna try to make my argument in under 5 minutes. Just as a precursor, one, some of the numbers and data that I got are based off of Steam. So Steam actually puts out all their data, so I can actually get to that. This won't really include console type of information. And two, I'm a big fan of 2K. I'm not trying to use this as like a bashing session or anything like that. I mean, I've been playing 2K since '06, and I'm not gonna lie. Like as far as basketball games go, it's always been one of my favorites. So let me go ahead and get into it and start my argument. First, I'm gonna talk about cost. Right now, everyone is essentially having to pay $60 in order to get 2K, 60 to 70 bucks. And I'll talk more about my player because that's more the mode that I play. So if you get into my player and you want to go from the starting level of 60 overall up to a level of 99, if you want to skip the 90 hours of grinding that you have to do, and I'm not kidding about that, it's around 90 hours, then you're going to have to pay somewhere between $160 to $210 in order to get one character oil to max level. I get that number because you paid $60 for the game plus the 100 to 150 VC that you have to pay in order to get to an actual 99. I bring up that number because Final Fantasy XIV is one of the biggest MMOs out there right now, and that one has a subscription model of around $13 a month, which comes out to about 150 bucks a year. That is right around the cost that it would take to get to around a 99 overall. So if they're charging that much for a yearly model for a game that is free to play, you just have to pay the yearly subscription, then I think that 2K can follow suit and actually be able to keep this game running year over year over year. So my second case is, as far as updates go, we kind of reached a point now where we don't need to have a new 2K every year just for a roster update or an animations update. If you go back and look at any of the patches that have come out for the past 5 seasons of 2K, you will see that they're already updating things like jersey types, player tattoos, haircuts, the effectiveness of animations, animations themselves, player likeness, and that also includes adding players into the game. They've even gone so far as to be able to change violations and the way that they work within the game. These are pretty much all the things that you would be trying to work on in between games. So if you can already add animations, edit and change badges, and also to change the likeness of characters already, I don't understand why we need to create a whole new game and pay a full new $60 to $70 for something that already exists, for something you can already get to. So that would be one of my other arguments. We no longer need a full year just for you to do a roster update. You can just update the rosters and keep it going as a patch. Now, another thing is going to be your player count. Going off of Steam, another thing is going to be the player count. Going off of Steam as it is right now, going all the way back to 2K21, they're essentially splitting their player base right now with around 30K being on 2K24, 10K being on 2K23, and around 2K and 400 being on 2K22 and 2K21 respectively. So let's say you cut all these servers that you have and just put us all on one server on one game and just make that continuous. You won't be needing to split your player base anymore. They'll all be on the same game. And I can tell you why most people stay behind and stay on the old games. If you are playing a mode like, let's say, my player, once you invest into your character, by the time you switch over to the new game, you get reset back to zero, essentially. None of your VC carries over, which is essentially the game currency. None of your abilities carry over. None of the quests, nothing that you have done carries over. So essentially, you're asking your player base to restart every single year. That's becoming a huge investment now in games where people like to leave and come back and keep on playing. Let's look at Destiny, for example. Destiny 2 has been free to play since 2019. At their lowest point, which would be 2024 right now, they are around 45,000 to 90,000 concurrent players floating between that month over month. At their peak, they were around 100,000 through 300K every single year, going all the way back to 2023. So they spent about 4 years fluctuating between 100K to 300K, giving tons of room to people to leave and come back, leave and come back. And with different DLCs and different things that they added, it gives people a reason to come back and just pay for the DLC to be able to continue to play without having to lose all your progress every single year. Now, that's just a small rant by me. Like I said, I was trying to keep this argument under 5 minutes the best I could. I think that at this point, as the ratings for 2K have fallen off, I mean, I'm talking, they're down to a 24% as far as rating goes, versus last year, they were at least around a 62%, which is a pass. That's at least a pass. Followers on the game are half than what they were last year. 50K last year, they're down to 25K as far as people following 2K 24. And peak players in 2K 2023 was around 60K, and now it's down to 30,000 for 2K24. It seems like there's a lot of fall off now heading into this year, and it makes me curious what's going to happen when they try to go for a 2K25. It doesn't seem justifiable nowadays with the way that games are to be patched, changed, and everything else, that people have to reset their progress and pay every single year to do this. So as a big fan, I would like to see them just go to a free-to-play model and just keep the game that we have for multiple years. Keep your player base around in this one ecosystem for multiple years. So that's my rant. Holla at y'all later. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Am I crazy for thinking about it like that way? Have some of y'all thought about it like that way, or maybe some type of different way of what 2K should do? But that's all I got, man. Like, subscribe. I'll holler at you guys later.